All around the globe watching today's in Sydney, and a friend in London, Catherine Holhan, also watching. Hope you're all enjoying it. You are if you're from Clare, you can be sure, because they're 4 ahead, 8 points up after 25 minutes. Now who's going to get the next score in this match? It's Lorcan McLaughlin straight away, and challenged high there. Challenges by John Conlon, I think, and it's going to be a free for Cork, and they've brought Patrick Horgan all the way out to midfield to take this.
Yeah, Jared, very early in the second half with a huge, really huge free now. Like Clare were 8 points up. If Pat Horgan scores this, it's back to 3. And,
just an indication of the breeze. It's not that terribly strong.
No, I think it might have died a little bit, but Pat Horgan very much said to Anthony Nash he was coming out to take it. But as I said, 8 points will be down to 3 if he puts this over, and that's some comeback again by Cork.
John Conlon gets the yellow card for that foul straight at the second half. And Horgan, who got 5 points in the first half, tries his luck with this one. It was a fair distance out. He's missed it anyway, put it away to the right. First wide of the second half, and the 5th in all for Cork. Cork hoping now to try and up their physical approach in the second half, you could be certain. But it was Clare who were the dominant force throughout most of the first half, and should be further ahead. That yellow card for John Conlon then, so he has to be careful. In midfield, Daniel Carney loses it, and out comes Podge Collins, feeding it here as far as Tony Kelly, right on the sideline, trying to get loose here, and he does so, succeeds brilliantly, got a lovely bit of force behind that, brilliant accuracy. He's some Clare. 2 points for Kelly, and Clare have got the first score of the second half.
Yeah, Jared, that's an incredible score. Look, on the sideline, nothing on, 3 Cork men around him, and he cuts back inside, and there's very, very few players in the game could take a score like that. What a player for a 19-year-old.
Well, they've got a crop of wonderfully talented young players. On the 21 champions, 09 and 12 and 13, of course, as well. That's Cian Dillon put under pressure, needs a bit of help, and Pat Donnellan playing like a wise old head. He's only 28 years of age with a lot of experience. Conor O'Sullivan now trying to pick out the perfect pass all the way down towards the full forward line. It's Horgan who got it, balanced it beautifully, and he is fouled, and it's going to be a free in, and this should go over and be Cork's first score of the second half, and put 4 between them again. Or are they going to think about the goalkeeper? They're thinking about Nash. That's the big cheer you can hear in the background. Anything on the 20-metre line, are close to it now at this stage. They're thinking about it, but they've told him to go back. He was on his way out.
Yeah, but Jared, just before that, the piece of skill by Pat Horgan there, that ball was coming down out of the clouds. Great first touch, and brought it, and he was trying to bring the ball onto the 21-yard free for the free, and calling up Anthony Nash, but the referee brought it back a couple of yards, and he just tapped it over the bar.
He's done exactly that. So first of the second half for him and for Cork, 6 points for Pat Horgan. And now there's got to be another change, and the familiar figure of Tom Kenny has got to come on to try and maybe add a steadying influence. So off goes Daniel Carney. He was a real star in the drawn match, not as prominent today, and Kenny comes on as a direct replacement. And Kenny's gone into midfield, 31-year-old, 53 championship appearances in all for him. A very experienced man, the most experienced of the Cork team in there now. Lorcan McLaughlin hand passes it back, and almost puts Conor O'Sullivan in difficulty, and they play around to try and get themselves out of trouble, and they succeed with Shane O'Neill, very determined, burst out of the back there, in over the head of Conor Lehan, gathered up well by David McInerney for Clare. Back into the heart of the Cork defence again. Stephen MacDonald back down. Oh, what a catch that is, brilliantly taken by Conor Ryan. One of the best catches of the match so far. Batted back out again. Tom Kenny back out into the middle, out as far as Brendan Bogley here, pursued by Lorcan McLaughlin. Batted back out here, it's Brian Murphy who's now back there in that Cork full back line, helping out Conor O'Sullivan. Murphy's there, Shane O'Neill and Conor O'Sullivan. That's the makeup really of the Cork full back line for the second half. O'Donnell's gone out into the half back line. Meanwhile, Stephen Moylan hits it and puts it over the bar. Will he be the star of this match? His dad was the man of the match in the 1976 All-Ireland final, Cork against Wexford, and he's come on as a sub at half-time, and he's put it over.
Yeah, lovely tidy score. Here's Conor Ryan just before that fantastic catch, which I'd have to say the Cork backs in the last 15 minutes really have got on top of the Clare forwards. They're cleaning up, they're picking up all the breaking ball, and they're doing very, very well. And Cork are really back in this game now with every chance.
Once again, it is Conor O'Sullivan. Again, he looks around to try and lay it off. It's his first instinct to always retain the possession, not just give it away helter-skelter downfield. Sometimes perhaps it's a better option, but he's very careful and very cautious about how he uses possession. That's Pat O'Connor trying to get the ball out of defence for Clare. One back by Cian McCarthy, looking for a better second half now. Into space here. Cian Dillon wins the race. Doesn't get the ball, however. Patrick Cronin is there alongside him. A little pile up of bodies. Connolly went down, and the referee has given Cork the free, and you can judge by the booing of the Clare fans. They don't agree with it one little bit, and Davy Fitzgerald wants to add his weight as well to the argument that it shouldn't have been a free there, and the ball has been moved in now, and the referee's telling Davy Fitz, off you go there. So James McGrath not endearing himself to David Fitzgerald, the Clare manager, who's seen his team concede a free and now is in a better scoring position for Pat Horgan to hit. 6 so far for him. The margin's 3 points at this stage. Remember, it was 4 at the break. It was 8 at one stage during the first half. He should be able to get it back down to 2 here. And it's anybody's match, in spite of the fact that Clare got 3 goals from Shane O'Donnell in the first half. He's taking a long time over it, Pat Horgan, giving himself every opportunity and putting it over the bar. Some final, 3-10 to 114, but this was very controversial, and Davy Fitzgerald certainly felt that the bodies just fell over there.
Yeah, absolutely, but you know, he's saying there David freeze, but he has to keep the head now. The reality is Clare were 8 points up and they're relaxed. Cork have come back to 2 points. They're right back in this game, and Clare need now to get a grip somewhere around the middle of the field, but Cork doing all the hurling at the moment. A great first touch by Colin Ryan.
Absolutely brilliantly done. Back it comes as far as the midfielder, Colin Galvin. This would be a score to try and settle them down. He doesn't get it, puts it wide. And that is 5 wides now for Clare, their first of the second half. 3-10 to 114. Louis Mulqueen there, one of the selectors, having a word with Davy Fitzgerald. Well, he has a terrific ability, Fitzgerald, to blend the skills of a talented group into what he hopes will be a winning All-Ireland combination. A lot of work to do yet. They had the lead, they still have it, and Cian McCarthy trying to do something about it for Cork, but cut out brilliantly. Stopped at the pass, really, by David McInerney, and then trying to pick out a collie, but the ball across to Bolt Bugler, just a little bit too long. Line ball to Cork. Clare getting a little bit edgy and frustrated in their approach at this stage. Could be playing into Cork's hands.
Yeah, and Jeremy talked about the tackling of the Cork forwards in the first, or the Clare forwards in the first half. But the Cork forwards, they're great tackling coming out there. David McInerney held up, and he was forced really to put the ball out over the line.
It's got to be Cian McCarthy who's got to take it. Teddy, his dad, of course, won 2 Ireland medals in the 1 year. Big one in. Pat O'Connor tried to reach for it, everybody tried to get to it. Runs away, and eventually David McInerney emerges with possession. What a brilliant first season he's had at championship level, all the way through the centre here. Shane O'Neill, the other number 3. Happy to see that one picked up by Conor O'Sullivan. Good combined play in the end, and now Stephen MacDonald in the half-back line. Kept in play here by Cian McCarthy, diagonally in there, putting the pressure back on the Clare backs in this All-Ireland final replay. Coming to you live from Croke Park. In there is Seamus Harnedy, can't quite get to it. Again, it's Cian Dillon showing his strength and his resolution, but stymied in his actions to try and get the ball away. Coming out there was Moylan, in came McLaughlin, and that's put into the goalkeeper, and Pa Kelly drives it a mile, the proverbial mile, putting the pressure back on. Stephen MacDonald collects, Tony Kelly comes in to challenge, MacDonald's away, he's got a support player if he needs him. Joyce was looking for it, it was just yards away from him. In came the Clare backs. McGrath back there acting as an auxiliary half-back. Challenge once again there by Stephen Moylan. Helter-skelter stuff. And in the end, the referee says too many steps were taken, and he's given the free against Clare. And so Cork have a chance of getting another score. Remember, they're 2 behind.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge work by Conor McGrath, first of all, and then the referee judges him to take too many steps. Clare and Cork really all the momentum with them now. What a comeback. Game looked over earlier on in the first half, and now there's only a point in the game, is there?
Pat Horgan puts over another one. 8 points for Patrick Horgan, 310 to 115 means in points Clare 19, Cork 18. Some comeback. He will be delighted. Side showing tremendous character. Clare with just 1 point so far in the second half, which is nearly 10 minutes in. Cork, by comparison, have scored 4. And they come again. Clare trying to deny them. Brendan Bugler, his side realising they need a point. They need a score to settle them down. And Galvin's on his shoulder. Kenny's after Galvin. Galvin trying to get in. Kenny trying to stop him. Eventually they run out of road. Shane O'Neill there. Galvin trying to get it back. Brian Murphy has it right on his own end line. Hershey's fly away. Out it comes here as far as Shane O'Neill. Slipping the hand pass down. McLaughlin coming on to it. Holds his feet, retains his balance and control, but gives it away then in the end with that pass as far as Conor McGrath. And Conor McGrath drops it in. It should be Nash's, and it is, and there's no pressure on him whatsoever. And Anthony Nash, the teacher in Mitchelstown CBS, playing in his 12th championship game, belts it away downfield. It's broken down here as far as Seamus Harnedy. From Gertrude, tries to get it in. Stopped there by Brendan Bugler. What a turn by Bugler to get it away. The Whitegate man drives it in. It's stopped here by Conor O'Sullivan. What a passage of play. In the end, the referee says 2 minutes steps taken. He's been severe on that in the last couple of minutes here. Well, this time ruling against Cork.
I think some of the decisions in the last few minutes. First of all, Seamus Harnedy nearly took the head off Brendan Bugler coming out there. It should have been a free where the ball landed. And then Conor O'Sullivan, I think, that was making up for maybe not giving the free. Great play here by Conor O'Sullivan. Yeah, he did maybe take a step or two in fairness to the ref, but it should have been a free in the first place, and Seamus Harnedy should be in the book for that tackle.
Colin Ryan is ready to take it. Harnedy got away with the foul, and so there can be 2 between them again. Oh, he's put it off the post, but it almost came for Podge Collins. Might come yet. O'Donnell, the goal scorer in the first half, all 3 goals scored by him. Cork got away with it. It's a miss by Colin Ryan, and there's still just a 1-point game here in an absolute thriller at Croke Park. Away out of defence there by Stephen MacDonald for Cork. Cian Dillon has it stolen from him. Taken up here once again by Park Cronin. Slipping the hand pass there as far as Harnedy. Back to Tom Kenny again. And the veteran holds possession. Plays it back as far as MacDonald. They tried to hold on and nurse the ball here and hold on to it. And get it into a scoring position for Patrick Horgan. And Horgan has put it wide and is furious with himself.
Yeah, with the pressure getting to both teams, Jared. Colin Ryan, we said he doesn't miss frees and missed one straight in front of the goals there. And then